PP stream today. Let's get it up and running. I love how glitchy this game is on PC. There we go. All working. Sweet. Welcome, welcome. So we're continuing our dark side playthrough of Kotor. And it's gonna be an interesting one, you know, putting the laughter into slaughter. So.
Anyone out there? Could you help?
I hate this guy so much.
Doomed.
I don't care.
Hey there, thanks for stopping. I appreciate it. I've been stuck without water for hours. Wasn't looking good.
Good for you, buddy. You kind of deserve it.
Could you maybe help me get out of here?
Your wife says hello.
She's decided I finally worn out my welcome and she's fixed my droids to do her dirty work.
This should be interesting.
I triggered some sort of trap she programmed.
Hey, Web, welcome, welcome.
I wouldn't be smart enough to get out. Yeah, she was right.
I mean, with that soul patch, I'm not surprised you're not smart enough to get out. You sit back and let your droids do the hunting.
Isn't the time for a lecture. Of course, I might be more receptive after I'm rescued.
What is the best way to be a jerk in this scenario? Is it save him and then kill him? I don't know if that's an option.
The wife put a kink in my battle droids. They're in some sort of discharge loop. And if I move from this, she knew I wouldn't know how to fix them. To try to do some repairs, they don't care.
Well, I guess we should help.
Yes, I knew I liked.
I say leave.
You're pretty heartless.
Oh!
Take it back. Let's congratulate his wife.
I like Bastila already.
Really appreciate
I've been hating Bastila's playthrough. Finally, we're on the same page somewhere.
What? Why?
It's the cruelest death. Maybe I'll watch while sipping ice water.
So you just want me to die? That is just so typical of the people I meet. And Mary, thanks a lot. Well, fine. I'll stay pretty much right here, I guess. You're kidding.
Hey, you guys voted at the very beginning that we do an evil playthrough, even if it makes me feel bad. So I feel like it's not completely my fault. Oh gosh, why is my chat right there? Hold on. Okay, I'm going to jump. I'll just die then.
Nobody looks out for their neighbor anymore. Well, if this is it, so let's see how these rigged-out droids like me jumping around. Hopefully
Oh no! I'm hurt. Anyways.
I'm here.
Dialogue is so great in this game. I love it so much. Okay, let me take a second and move the chat because the chat is like right on top of me. And so it's gonna come out of the game for a second. Okay, chat box. We'll move you right there. Okay. You guys got a chat you can throw in? Say anything. Preferably appropriate to some degree. Oh, good. You killed him too. That makes me feel better. As long as we are being homicidal together, I am comfortable with it. Yep, there we go. Okay, now it's above me. Sweet. Never played Kotor, but seeing how surprisingly smooth it looks, I want to give it a try now. Yeah, and there's actually some really great mods. I'm not running any mods right now, but there's some really great mods for, like, graphic detail, like, making these sandboxes. You see how it's really fuzzy all across the sandbox. They have ones that completely, like, redo the sandboxes as beautiful sandboxes, and some really great mods just to improve the quality of life of the game. And just overall, I mean, it still runs beautifully nowadays. Obsidian to make KOTOR 3 at this point. There's a much better developer than BioWare. Yeah, BioWare has really kind of fallen down the drain the last few years, and it kind of hurts my soul, if I'm being honest, because I love BioWare so much. Or I loved BioWare so much.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Please
no! Who are you to threaten me? I could be dangerous. Okay, I gotta play this right, because we gotta be upset at them and, like, be pissed off at them to get the dark side points, but we also want to kill them to get the XP. So we gotta min-max this conversation. Here we go, here we go. Oh, no dark side points. Okay. Well, Bastila, let's start off with a heal. I don't know why it's not popping up at the bar, but fine. Really, Zarevan? You played a ton of Kotor, but you didn't play any Kotor? That's crazy. Yeah, I've played a little bit of Kotor. I need to get back into it and just, you know, finish at least a couple of the storylines. Like, I was really invested in the Bounty Hunter storyline, but that's because Bounty Hunters have always been, like, one of my favorite things in the whole, you know, just Star Wars canon and everything. Like, one of the first Star Wars books I ever attempted to read as, like, big Star Wars books was, The Mandalorian Armor, which was the first one of the Boba Fett series. Didn't ever finish it when I was a kid because it was a hefty, slow book, and I was a child. I think I was in 3rd grade when I tried to read that.
Yes?
I have part 1 and 2 on my iPhone, iPad. I'm always kind of replaying them, even just a little bit at a time. Yeah, some of my favorite Star Wars games, honestly.
What?
GameCube, PS2, Xbox era had... Yeah, you're absolutely right. Dude, can we talk about how much of a banger year 2005 was for Star Wars games? Like, we got the Star Wars episode... Or Star Wars in general. We got the Star Wars Episode 3 video game. We got Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think Republic Commando came out that year, too. And then we got... Star Wars Episode 3 as well. Like, it was just a banger year from start to finish. Why are they spawning more? Stop spawning more. Gosh, these guys are worth, like, no XP, too. For how strong they are giving 0 XP. Like, 75 XP? That is nothing. Did you guys really just step on the mine? Oh, there's more. Please don't go through the mine. Okay, good, we glitched. We're good. We glitched around the mine. Well, there goes Bastila. All better. Gaffy sticks. Gaffy sticks means credits, guys. That's all I care about. That is all that these Tuscans are. I am the Pike Syndicate, and I will slaughter every single one of them. I love how they, like, just Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, they just become a pile of rags. Oh my gosh, Bounty Hunter? Yeah, dude, honestly, I went back and replayed it just not too long ago. And it's one of my favorite games I have played as a kid, and as an adult, still up there as one of my favorite Star Wars games. I have to kill them all now. It was honestly, like, you can't get it anywhere that besides PlayStation, if I recall. But it's honestly so incredibly good. Let's see. Can we just... We can heal up real quick. It's so incredibly good, though. It's the story of basically Count Dooku calling all bounty hunters to go on a bounty that's super dangerous, and then whoever wins gets, you know, a huge prize of credits, and then, you know, becomes the clone template. But no one knows that at the time when the game starts. And so, PS2. You can get it on PS4 now. Like that's where I played it recently. Is they put it on PS4. Yeah. So you don't need to like go and scout out a copy by any means. You can get it on PS4. Same with there's only one Star Wars. Oh, it's right in the middle of a fight. Come on. Where are the women and children? I need to kill all of them. I need to slaughter them like animals. I hate them. They don't give XP. I don't get dark side points for killing them. What's the point? Hey, at least Bastila leveled up. Yeah, kill him. Thank you. Another gaffy stick. That's more credits. I still have like a list of the cheats. Oh, dude, justice for OG Boba. I hate what they did with Boba. It is like the biggest. So watching Book of Boba Fett and then Kenobi in a row, like they came out with them. It's just.
Yes.
It's what really broke me. Like I've mentioned this a couple times, but I almost didn't watch Andor because of that, which is painful for me to admit. Because I love Star Wars. And so the fact that I considered not watching a Star Wars show is insane to me. Like, it hurt my soul. We'll just go full treat injury. Oh, she still can't use heal? Gosh, you're so far behind me. Just to make my life easier, we're going to give you speed. Yeah, it was Disney's Force choke. Exactly. Okay, so now that we have Force speed. Or not. Okay, there we go. We can now move a little bit faster across the map. Is it much faster? No, but it's faster, and that's what I care about. Time to kill some more. Gosh, strength builds are so easy in this game. I probably should have healed Karth before our last, after our last one. What are you guys doing? Over here hitting the gritty? Like, what the F? I hate how I have to save and reload every once in a while just because of that weird glitch with the thing. That's one thing that I'm not a fan of this port. I don't know if it's just my version of it and I just need to delete it and re-download it, but like it glitches and you can't run. Gaffy stick. That's the button for that. Okay. I'm trying to remember if there's another area. I don't actually remember if there's another area. Isn't the other area just, hey, if you want to, go do the actual objective, that's where it is?
Yes.
Why am I bothering healing?
Yes?
Yay, more gaffy sticks. Literally, I come to Tatooine first just because of the credits. That's all I care about. Just gonna stare at each other. I didn't realize it's an insta-kill. I was curious because I'm like, I've never once tried to go up against these turrets ever since I was a kid. It's an insta-kill. That's why I never went up against the turrets. That's good to know. Hey, Cortisol. Welcome, welcome. Not... I am here. It's funny seeing where Assault's a science room. Yeah. Yeah, honestly. Like, there is so many creative influences, and it's, I mean, it is the same makers, so. Come on. There we go. I do like the animations a lot for Kotor. I think that's something they did a great job, or not Kotor, in SWTOR, in the Old Republic. I think that's one of the big things that was a major improvement from these games. Oh, I just want the gear. Leave me alone. If I can remember how to press these buttons. Bastila, you don't need armor. There you go. I don't know why, but that walk animation is so painful. Wait, why? Why? Does the main character have to be? Apparently the main character has to be wearing it. I figured it was like the Sith armor where you can, you know, have any character wear it and it'll count. Goodness gracious. Does everyone have to be wearing it? Is that what happened? Hold on. Inventory. Okay. Okay, now we all look like stupid people. Wait, what happens if I return to the Ebon Hawk like this? Do we get, like, cussed out by people? Interesting. It rips off your clothing if you come back to town as Tusken Raiders. Huh. The more you know, guys. The more you know. Everybody at droids? Makes sense. Okay, let's put them back on then. Oh, we have a Dark Jedi Knight robe. Hold on, really quick. Did I do that wrong? Okay. Okay, so dark side underwear. Take it off. Still dark side underwear. But then Bastila, she has her light side underwear. And then if you give her her dark Jedi robe, and then you remove the dark Jedi robe, I'm assuming they haven't patched this. Yeah, you get your dark side underwear. I think each character has one, don't they? But it's only people that can equip Jedi Knight and dark Jedi robes. Anyways, sorry, side tangent. I was just remembering weird glitches in the game. Can't wait to be back in my watermelon warrior armor. What are we doing with underwear? Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. No, we are apparently walking like an idiot. I love the way that you run around in this frickin' Tusken Raider armor. Okay, so you're supposed to bring HK to translate everything, but who cares? Am I currently in combat, or can I try to switch this right now? Hey, perfect.
Sure.
Can I name my top 3 Star Wars games of all time? Actually, one of our moderators is playing one of my favorites of all time, and he's been loving it, apparently. He just bought it, and he's loving it. I want the gaffy stick. I don't care about this hand. Jeez, what a frickin' 360. So one of my favorites by far, recent Jedi games are up there for me. But yeah, one of my favorites by far is Empire at War. It's an old RTS for Star Wars, and it's still considered to be like one of the top 10 space RTSs where you're doing like ship combat. So much fun. I love it so much. And there's a huge modding community for it. So it's supposed to be Rebels versus Empire, but there's like a mod for doing Separatists versus clones that works really well. There's an entire mod that's called Thrawn's Revenge, and it's an entire modded campaign added to the game that gives you a whole bunch more units. It's a lot more complex, and also gives you an entire campaign about the Thrawn trilogy. Really, really cool. Really, really fun. As for, like, other ones that I really like, top 3. I'm probably going to put that one at number 3. That's one of the ones I come back to most. I played Rogue Squadron, Rogue Squadron 2, but I didn't play a lot of the games on GameCube. It was only at a friend's houses that I played GameCube. I never had a Nintendo growing up. So I played that one, but basically none of the other GameCube ones. I played a couple on the N64. I don't remember what was on N64, though. Oh, Lego Star Wars. Oh, heck yeah. Honestly, if I'm looking at ones that I've put the most time in, Lego Star Wars is up there. Let me think for a second. Honestly, probably it'll be KOTOR, Jedi Survivor, and then Empire at War. Although I would have to play Jedi Survivor again to finalize my thoughts. But like, you know, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy is up there. Bounty Hunter is up there for me. Another one that's less known, that's the only one that I've never been able to find a port for that I really want to replay. My absolute favorite game as a kid was Jedi Power Battles for the PS1. I played so much of that game. Ooh, Shadows of the Empire. I did play that one on the N64.
Yes?
Or was it on PC? Whichever one. I played it way back when I was a kid. And I restarted it, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember a lot of this at all. But yeah. Hor? Hor is from... Isn't Hor from Masters of Terrace Kazi? Or is Hor taken from another place and put in Masters of Terrace Kazi? Because I've never really known. Gosh, there's a lot of these guys. I used to play tons of Masters of Terrace Kazi too, and that was like the only game that I ever played that had Mara Jade in it, and it's what started my like of Mara Jade. Was that I thought she was freaking awesome in that game, and then I read the books and I was like, oh yeah, she's freaking awesome anyways. Ah yes, give me all the credits. Oh yeah, Republic Commando was amazing. Dude, the books that came out around it as well are some of my favorite Star Wars books ever written. I was so pissed when George Lucas decanonized them. Especially because the last book hadn't come out yet, and oh. It ended on such a good cliffhanger on the second to last book, and I was like so excited.
You asked for this.
I don't know what happened with the Star Wars Clone Wars game. I don't know. Like the AI seems really, really bad overall. And so when I got it, and I just played a couple levels, and I just wasn't a fan, honestly. Even as like a kid, like I still had critiques about it, which is weird. But, you know, not a bad game. Like, it definitely has the scale that I really like. Like, the scale of the battles was really cool to see. Hey, it's Griff.
You there. I'm a high-ranking executive at the Zerg. So, you're here to save me, right?
Yeah.
My name is Griff. You know her? I'm her brother. She's alive? I can't believe it. What? No speeder escort?
What a douche.
Okay,
I really just want to kill this guy.
I sure would like to see Mission, though. She's
No.
probably waiting for you on the ship you used to come to Tatooine, right? Thanks again. Oh.
Ugh. I really want to kill him. So bad. Freaking Grubsy. I love how you have such a main character syndrome that you just know every species language except for Tusken Raider. That was one of my complaints about Mandalorian, is that it's just for some reason he knew the sign language the Tusken Raiders used. I will always take material wealth. Yeah, that's the big problem, is just, like, the problem is they handed Hey, Bombardment, welcome, welcome. They handed EA the reins to Star Wars, and they said, here, take this. And then EA came out with Battlefront 1 and completely destroyed our hopes of getting more Star Wars content. It's like Episode 8 came out. You know, it destroyed so many future projects of Star Wars movies. It's the same thing with Battlefront 1. It was just like they dropped Battlefront 1 and it was so mid that, like, they're like, oh, I guess Star Wars games won't do well. And then, you know, they dropped Battlefront 2 and they're like, oh, once again, Star Wars games won't do well. And then Jedi Fallen Order, and it's just like, this is absolutely banger. This is what we wanted. And so, like, I feel like we could have so much more at this point, but so much has probably gotten canned just because of poor decisions leading up to this. Dude, game I used to play as a kid that is the only football game I ever really played as a kid. NFL Street was one of my favorite games as a kid. I loved NFL Street. You could, like, wall run over the people that you're going up against, and, like, oh, it was so much fun. That was back on PS2 as well, I believe. We did it, guys. We succeeded. We found the women and children, too. Following in the footsteps of Anakin. Yeah, I've never really played a football game, honestly. Let me pick it up. Fine. I can't even... Okay. Yeah, sorry. We are laying down the road work for Anakin. Is that better, Cortisol? Oh yeah, this is a big fight. I probably should have, you know, you're the scary one. Okay, we're getting destroyed out here. You. Just heal. Of course, the moment she starts going to heal, the guy switches targets to her. They all just die? Oh no, Karth just hit that one.
What can I do?
Keep me alive. That is your whole job, Basilisk, just to keep me alive. Also, Karth, why are you so close? You're getting disadvantage on hits. Sometimes the AI just really upsets me. Oh, gosh. Got plenty of grenades. Sick. I didn't mean to open that again. Whoops. Karth F tier. Honestly, yeah, kinda. And I hate the fact that his character, the voice actor's character in Mass Effect, was also just not an interesting character for the first 2 games. And so, like, I had no desire to see him out in the 3rd game. I'm sure I just got something important, but I'll check my gear. Where's inventory? Show new items. 3 to 13. Non-upgradable. Vibroblade, crystals, crystals. Heavy blasters. Tons of grenades. Davik's Warsuit. Gnarl Band. Another set of strength gauntlets. Okay. I'm sure I'll find a place for those. Response package, dexterity +1, immunity to mind affecting. Can I use this? I need to use that. Hunter's license, map of the Eastern Dune Sea. Okay, that's what I needed to find the star map. And then I should have the Chieftain's Gaffy stick. Okay. Yeah, on Star Wars games you've been playing recently. I've been playing a ton of non-Star Wars game, honestly. There's a couple that I want to get my hands in. Like, I've been seeing a lot of gameplay of Helldivers 2, and I'm curious about, you know, the game in general. So that's on my list, but I've mostly been playing a little bit of Call of Duty Zombies with some friends, just because it's a go-to friends game, 100%. And then I've been playing quite a bit of the Warhammer Darktide game. Really, really fun. And like there's a build that I have going that's you basically have, I gotta kill the women first, obviously. That is the go-to. I kill the women first. Oh no! I messed up. I need to reload my save. I didn't kill the women first. But yeah, Warhammer Darktide, there's a certain build that basically gives you whistling birds, like Mando has. And it is so incredibly fun. You have to balance throwing these whistling birds and, like, quelling your overall psychic powers, because if you don't, you explode and go down. And it's very much like a kind of Left 4 Dead 2-esque in the gameplay. Very horde mentality, like zombies kind of game. You play with friends, and then, like, if you're around other people, you have 4 people in a squad. If you're around your squad mates, you get certain perks, like you don't regen shields unless you're nearby allies. Then each person in their upgrade tier will get things like, oh, you know, you and your allies that are within your proximity get plus 5% damage to elite enemies and things like that. And so being around allies is encouraged the entire time. And if you're not near allies, a lot of the times you'll just go down to the hordes. And so it's a really fun game, so I've been playing that a lot. Ziggy, welcome, welcome. So that's basically been the big 2 that I've been playing, is just zombies and that. I don't get a lot of time to play games nowadays, just because this channel keeps me busy, you know. That's part of the reason that I wanted to... Oh gosh, I hope the turret's turned off. Okay, yeah, we're good. That's the big reason that I want to do these side PP streams, is so that way I can, you know, give myself an excuse to play some of the Star Wars games I love, as well as just get some gaming in, because I just don't get gaming time very often. Like, I cannot tell you how much time I have sunk into getting a Jedi Knight Luke guide going for this channel, because there's so much RNG, there's so many, you know, different characters used in that one, that, like, it's going to be like a 30-minute guide to go through all of it. And so, like, I've got this huge page of just notes for my channel, and the whole side of it is, you know, oh, Wampa needs to be 181 speed. He needs health, tenacity, health. He need, yeah, like, I literally have everything written down. And so, like, yeah, this channel takes up a lot of time, and so, don't get a whole lot of time to play other games besides Star Wars games as of late. Especially now that I have a free-to-play to take care of. But I've been trying to take care of that free-to-play at the same time I take care of my dailies for my main account. Because, like, I can kind of just throw it on auto with the teams that I have right now. Until I hit level 85. So. Is my lightsaber red, yellow, orange? I literally cannot tell because of the sand around me. I think that's red. Okay. Now that we're actually almost done. Yeah, it's a guide that I've gotten requested a few times, and it's actually a member requested guide because our members get to request guides. And they requested it like 3 weeks ago, and I've been working on it for the last 3 weeks. Like, whenever I have time, I'll hop in and I'll completely redo my mods and I'll test it. And there's only one tier that I'm really unsure about that I don't want to be like, okay, this is the best way to do it. And so I'm going to go look at a couple other people's guides and see what they have to say before I finalize kind of what I'm using. Because it's working, it's super RNG dependent. And if I can find a non-RNG dependent way of doing it, then that would be the preferred. Although the first week and a half of that, it wasn't really testing, it was just us getting to the part where we can do Jedi Knight Luke, because I didn't really want to use it on someone else's account, because a lot of the people that I know that have Jedi Knight Luke that I could use their account already have their requirements like way ahead of the requirements for it, because they, you know, have Jabba or working towards Jabba, so they have a Relic 8 Han, and like that one's not required. But regardless, you get the idea. They have JML, so they went and got themselves a you know, a Relic 6 Chewbacca, a Relic 5 C3PO, and all that kind of stuff.
I'm tired of waiting, Comad. How big can this dragon of yours be? I'm going in.
I think this is the first time on like in any game we actually saw a great dragon. Yeah, Season 2, Episode 1. If only I had my jetpack. Gosh, he is a large guy. Greetings, human. I believe I saw you at Anchorhead. I thought I would see you on the dune. You look like a hunter. Perhaps you'd be interested in ways of the hunt. Will you help me? I have tracked a very special beast to its lair. A crate dragon. The largest of the Tatooine's desert predators. It is an honored creature to hunt. You speak really oddly, you know that? Although we must use unorthodox methods today. If it's such an honor, why do you want help? A valid question. This is a very critical fight. Bull dragons are rare to see. Rarer still is the apparent size of this one. It is larger than the one my father felled a decade ago, and he is too far out of his territory and must be dealt with. I might not prevail alone, human, but I must try. I don't even want to go through this conversation. I'll help. Banthas, okay. How are the Banthas here? I have Bantha fodder, I picked some up from the Tusken Raiders. The Sand People regard Banthas as sacred, and yet they ride them. It's a wild thing. Okay. We are far from the weakened tribe around Anchorhead. The Sand People of this region are strong, fierce, and will think nothing of killing you. Look, I have it. Here you go. Dude, I'm really excited. We actually, I got a couple things for our setup. So we're going to have some improved setup, including a new camera. And so hopefully that will you know, fix a lot of the whitewashed color problems I've been having in a lot of my videos. You can see it especially in, like, at night. It'll start getting super whitewashed, and it's not good. So, I'll see what I can do. I wish you luck against the sand people. You know, hey! It's the ancestor of Bib Fortuna. Let's kill him. Dude, I actually loved watching Bib Fortuna die in Mando. That was great. Hey, Dewback. I do have a question for those of you watching. It is the title of the video. What is your guys' favorite Star Wars character? Because, like, honestly, I mean, I can talk while I play this game for most of it, except for the conversations. But, I'm curious. Luke. Interesting. So, tell me, Wep, is that, like, new canon Luke? Old canon Luke? Or is it just, like, the movies that you've watched? I'm curious. Swing! Old grew up with the original trilogy. Fair. Kanan's up there. Okay, Kanan. I do like Kanan as a character, and I think he has one of the most interesting arcs of any character in Star Wars. I think they did a great job with that. 100%. Luke, I think, is a much more common one among older Star Wars watchers. And I don't think it's a bad thing by any means, because honestly, I loved Luke in the old canon. New canon, you know, episode 7, 8, and now. Whoa! Since when can I do that? What? I'm sorry, run that by me one more time? How did I do that?
What can I do?
I could have sworn I remembered doing that in this game, and then I was like, I don't see an ability for it, because in SWTOR you have an ability for it. And I was sitting there like, what? What? How do you do this? I think it's just a basic attack from range and you jump in. That is good to know. Holy crap. Gotta be Malgus. Fair enough, Sir Evan. Vader and Boba. But actual favorite is Quinlan Voss. Ziggy, have you read the book? Oh, Zids. Time for some Star Wars trivia. Can you tell me what Starkiller's real name is? It's the Guardian's Kit, Force Jump on Basic. Okay.
What?
Yeah, see, I couldn't remember how to do that.
What?
I like you, Zids. I like you. Honestly, one of my favorite books I read back then. I was, I think, in middle school when I read the Force Unleashed book. And honestly, it was so frickin' cool. Like, it was just like the games, you know? Needlessly cool. Okay, yeah. Comics he was in, such a cool character. He is a really interesting character. I really like him. Honestly, that book is one of my favorites in the new canon. Like, I love, oh, what is it called? Hold on. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know why. Dark Disciples. Super, super good. It was the first book I read in the new canon, and I was like, it gave me hope for the new canon. Sorry, second book I read in the new canon. The first book I read in the new canon was Tarkin, which also gave me hope because it was written by the guy who wrote Plagueis, and it had hints towards old canon. And so it gave me hope, and then Dark Disciples gave me more. Yeah, I do wish we got more of him in Clone Wars. He's actually a big part of our D&D campaign that we're doing, that actually Cortisol is part of. So I can't mention anything about it, but yeah, so Vader and Boba, those are kind of my family's ones. You know, my brother's favorite was... Wow, I was not paying attention at all. Who from Kotor is my favorite? Who from KOTOR is my favorite? This was right after we killed the Tuscans, right? So we really don't have a problem. Or is this right before we killed the Tuscans? Yeah, I'm doing a Star Wars D&D campaign. There's a thing called Star Wars 5e. It's SW5e. It's on the internet, and it's literally the D&D 5e rule set, so really open-ended, really basic, mixed with a lot of the mechanics from KOTOR. Turned into a Star Wars D&D, and it works really well if you've already knows how to play D&D. Fairly simple. If you don't know how to play D&D, it can be a little complex. Cortisol can probably vouch for that, but it's much easier than something like, you know, Pathfinder or anything like that. And so it's been really fun to run. So I've been DMing that. I've wanted to do a campaign in it in a while, and I don't know anyone that would want to do it. And so, like, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll DM for it. And so, yeah, I DM'd for it, and it's been really fun so far, you know? There's a little bit of stuff that seemed just not great, and so, like, I had to, like, you know, homebrew a couple things, but lots and lots of fun. Yes, I have played KOTOR before. This is not my first, this is not my first playthrough. My favorite character from KOTOR. From KOTOR 1... as a kid, it was always, as a kid, it was all these Bastila, but I think that might have been because I had a crush on her as a kid. She's actually kind of whiny and a brat throughout almost the entirety of this campaign. I've been realizing as I've been playing it as an adult. But it's hard to pick hard not to pick Revan, yeah, but also you don't get a ton because, you know, reasons that I don't want to mention. Honestly, probably Jolee. I freaking love Jolee. I think he is the funniest human being in this entire game. It's just... he's just a crotchety old man at all times. And I love it so much. Also, Canderous. I really love Canderous. Okay, top 3. HK, Canderous, Jolee Bindo. I think I have to put HK at the top, just because as a kid, he was the funniest thing to me ever. I loved HK so much. But Jolee's in the top 3, 100%. Canderous might... I'm going to put HK, Jolee, Canderous, because Canderous also has the connotation of knowing his story continues in KOTOR 2. And if I didn't know his story continued in KOTOR 2, I would put him a little bit lower. But I've always loved Mandalorians, and so hearing his war stories as a kid was really, really cool. But, you know, seeing him in KOTOR 2 was really what solidified him as one of my favorite characters in these games. So I'm going to say HK, Jolee, and then Canderous. Boba's great, but I loved him even more after his show. Many people complained about it, but I loved his evolution from Bounty Hunter to Daimo. I think I would have enjoyed it more if they didn't take off his helmet as much. It's the same problem I have with the Halo show, honestly. But this is a character that in the old books, like, it hurt for him to speak for too long. He never took off his helmet in front of people. Like, that was his thing. And then he just pulls off his helmet at any given moment, including moments where he might be in danger. Just felt like it was a separation from where he was. And then also the fact that a lot of the pieces, like Boba himself, I did enjoy kind of his continuation into however you say that name of the Major Domo or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Being this leader, I do like the idea, but the execution was very poor. The special effects weren't great. and the fact that they recognize this show isn't doing very well, and let's take a 2-episode hiatus where we talk about The Mandalorian, and he only gets 30 seconds of actual screen time in 2 episodes of a show called Book of Boba Fett, is insane to me. And so, like, it was kind of the same problem I had at the beginning of Ahsoka, is like, this is the Ahsoka show, and we've been sitting around on Sabine the entire first couple episodes. So, like, it's hard for me to get behind the show, because me too, I loved Boba growing up. It was my brother's favorite character. We used to go to Boba Fett fan club all the time. And I think they had, just like Kenobi, I think they had a solid idea going of having Kenobi have these struggles of, like, did I do the right thing? You know, did I fail? All this kind of stuff. I think it's a great idea and concept, but the execution was poor. So, yeah, the Tusken influence was really cool, especially as it was it was also a piece of the actor Tamora Morrison being able to bring that into the character, because he requested using that kind of combat in Mandalorian Season 2 because it's his heritage, and so it was a really cool thing that they could bring into the character as well as bring things in from the actor. And so I loved that so much. And, like, honestly, the beginning with the Tusken Raiders was what was most interesting to me. And, like, and then it all of a sudden just kind of stopped, and then it flashed forward, and you're like, so he hasn't been doing anything about this major thing that happened in his life, like, the last 6 months, because he's like, oh, I need to get my armor first. And, like, I don't know. It feels like he really hasn't been trying to avenge them. And so it felt really good, and I loved the beginning of it, and then it felt like it fell flat. And so, I don't know. What do you think? You give me all of it.
This betrayal is beneath you.
There's an unwritten code of loyalty. You just don't turn on.
Oh, come on. Not even any dark side? Okay, good. There's the dark side points. I was about to be upset. Yeah, honestly, I would love to see more Tusken Raiders in live action. I do love the sign language they use. It does upset me a little bit that Mandalorian randomly knows it. But, you know, the overall idea... Break it. The overall idea, I think, is really cool, and I also love the fact that it has a base and real sign language. Like, I watch it, and I'm like, oh, I can see what they were going for with that. That's the combination of this sign and this sign. Or, like, they, you know, do something, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a cross. And then do another thing, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a round. And so I can kind of understand it as they're doing it, which is really, really cool for me. Yeah, and that's what this game did as well, is kind of gave them a little bit of a personality where it's like, oh, yeah, you know, you could actually talk to them and that kind of thing. But yeah, it definitely did a great job of giving it more, because there's been tons in old canon where they've done that, where, like, this game, you can talk to them. There's the whole comics, some of my favorite Star Wars comics I read as a kid, where it's about the Jedi that became, or the Tusken Raider that... The Jedi that became a Tusken Raider had a child, and that child was a Tusken Raider that then became a Jedi. Some of my favorite comics. Nerve amplifier belt. Yes, I'm glad you remember the name, because I didn't offhand. Oh yeah, we're not getting rid of the +2 strength belt. Beautiful, guys.
Anyone else get the feeling that finding this star map in the back of this Great Dragon's cave is more than just a coincidence?
The star map is an artifact of the dark
Okay, you
side.
can't see him yet.
The great dragon may have been drawn here by its dark power, only to be enslaved by it.
We found the star map, and I guess there isn't much else worth seeing on this planet.
There they are. should probably save. This is gonna be a crazy fight. Yo, Bastila, use one of your heals.
Yes?
Okay. We have heals. Man, is a Sith energy shield? Do I have any better energy shield? Mandalorian melee shield? Yeah, so we'll go with the Sith energy shield. I'm Calo Nord.
I have to give you credit. You've led me on quite a chase, but nobody gets
Sounds
away
like he has his
from the
nose
door.
smashed in.
You got
Led
lucky
me
in
on
the
quite a
terrace.
chase.
The Sith attack saved you from a quick and gruesome death. But I promise you, the Sith won't be getting in my way this time.
Traveled a long way just to die, Calo.
Go, boys. Showtime.
Okay. Well,
Ready?
Yes?
Yes?
this is one of those battles where I'm actually worried. Utility items. Usable items, that's what I'm looking for. Come on. Okay, let's get one more of those in here. Okay, sick. From here on out should be fairly easy. Bastila should keep us alive. Gosh, even these guys are worth like 0 XP. Oh, guess not. Maybe it was just the Grenadier. There we go. Yeah, just the Grenadier was worth nothing. I seem to remember liking Calo Nord's armor to some degree. Has been long time though. Mandalorian heavy pistols. Hey, we got new pistols for our Jedi. Because Karth has our specialty pistols. So let's give you some Mandalorian ones. 4 to 11, plus 2 physical damage. Balance, attack modifier plus 3. Heck yeah. Solid. Okay. Then I don't think this other one we have, Calo Nord's armor, I don't think it's going to be as good. 9. Okay, so it's an 8 plus 5, plus 1 dexterity, plus 2 strength, plus 9, plus 1. We'll check what it is after it's upgradable. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Brief discussion of Disney in general. One of the biggest things that Disney has always struggled with has been making a bad guy. They've done it well a couple times. For instance, Thanos. Thanos, I think, is one of the best Disney villains, because Thanos, we know why Thanos does what he does and what he believes. He saw what he saw on his planet, and he wants to make sure that doesn't happen anywhere else. So it's something that you can, get behind and be like, I can see why you would believe that. But a lot of characters that they do as their villains, you just cannot understand their reasonings. They don't give you any information. Mother Karth, why are you always gone?
I'm here.
But yeah, so I think Trey is a great example of a great villain in Star Wars, with that idea of understanding a thing like that, where you have this villain where you almost want to agree with him, but their end goal could be a similar goal to yours, but their means are just so vastly different that you can't ever agree with them. And I think Disney's always struggled with that, and, you know, it's the same thing with, you know, the Star Wars villains they've been coming out with. It's, like, much less interesting. Where are we? Okay, I see. It's much less interesting because it's just like, yeah, Beckett's just a douche. That's it. That's all that not Beckett. Beckett's great. Beckett is written fantastically well. But the main bad guy of Solo, no one cares. You know, and then like Kylo Ren and Snoke, there's not really any planning behind it. You have no idea who Snoke is. You couldn't care less who Snoke is. All we care about is Kylo Ren to a certain degree, and they ruined his character like 6 different times. And so it's something that they've always struggled with, and something I'd like to see, because like you read the Darth Bane trilogy and you sit there and these are obviously the Sith, these are obviously awful people, but you're still sitting there rooting for Darth Bane to murder everyone. And they do just such a good job in the old canon of doing that kind of thing. Like you read the Thrawn books, and there's a huge focus on Thrawn and who he is throughout the books. It's one of the perspectives is his officer, so you see Thrawn from an outside perspective. And like it's such a good job done, because you're like sitting there and you almost want Thrawn to win, because it's so beautiful to watch him win, and it's so interesting to watch him win. And so it's something that I think they struggle with, and I think they need to work on in general across all of their Disney projects. It's obviously another problem that's also with, you know, their overall directors and writers. Not so much just a singular entity, because it's obviously, you know, Star Wars isn't done by the same people that do other things, but it's still a problem throughout all of their media. So I think it's something that they really need to work on. I think Dave Filoni does a good job of understanding this idea of, you know, defining your bad guy, because there's two ways of looking at it. Either you don't define your bad guy, or you define your bad guy. If you don't define your bad guy, you need to make it a mystery. If you do define your bad guy, you want to give them enough information that they vibe with the person. So like, you know, if you're not going to tell me who the bad guy is, then you make them this despicable thing that, like, I don't know anything about, and leave it to be a mystery that leads up, and, like, it has to be a mystery that feels like I'm trying to puzzle out what this person's motives are, why they're doing what they're doing, you know. Otherwise, you're just gonna miss the mark hard, because if you don't have that mystery aspect, it's just like, oh, they're evil. That's it. It was the same thing with Star Wars in Episode 4. Like, you know, Darth Vader was the ultimate evil. That's what we believed. And when they started making more movies, George Lucas was like, I wanted to flesh out this character, and he's more than just being this embodiment of evil. He's, you know, he's an actual person. You and your kind, Isis of Jawa, would thank you for what was done. Oh my gosh. You speak like a nightmare. You are not known, so why you did this, I don't know. But thanks are given just the same. You will have some things for yourself, as thanks for what was done. Thanks and be welcome. I think I should ask for more. We're mean. Woo! We got more stuff. Yeah, it's too common to focus on the hero versus the villain's development. Which is sad, because, you know, you look at the best movies that, like, are widely regarded as, like, the best movies. You know, like, everyone and their mother loves The Dark Knight, and it's because we get a glance into the psychology of the Joker, and, like, we get to watch the Joker as the main character as time goes on. Can you imagine how much less enjoyable The Dark Knight would be if there were no Joker scenes, and it was just from Batman's point of view chasing down the Joker? Like, we wouldn't care, like, at all. I think people... Sorry, forgive me the intrusion, my name's Senny Vec. I believe you dropped this data pad, I wish to return you. No, there's no game. I simply saw you drop this. Thanks. Oh, is this the assassin quest line? Is that what that is? Hulas on Manan by yourself. Yeah, this is the assassin quest line. Time to make an Exarchud movie. Exactly. No, like, I think they miss out a lot on the idea that your bad guy should bring out the best in your good guy. And highlight his faults. And so if you focus on your bad guy, you're able to highlight just how good your good guy is, or how much the good guy needs to grow. And you can see that, and we're going to use our same example of the Dark Knight. You can see that because he has this conflict of he doesn't know if he's always going to be Batman. He wants to be connected to Rachel. He wants this connection, this actual genuine human connection. But who he needs to be Batman needs to have no attachments. And so this, you know, the Joker kind of forces those decisions on him again and again, and keeps highlighting that difference between who he wants to be and who he needs to be. Culminating in, you know, forcing him to take that decision and forcing him to deal with the consequences. And so a bad guy should highlight what's great about the good guys. And highlight the faults, of course. The faults are super important.
I thought you were dead. Oh, joy of joys, my little sister is alive.
I have to ask you something, Griff.
Why is she in her underwear?
She said it was your idea to leave me on Terrace. It isn't true, is it?
Well, there's the truth, and then there's the truth, you know.
Oh gosh, I hope I can kill this guy.
Just as soon as I had the credits to pay off my debts. But credits have been hard to come by.
You mean it's true? It was your idea to leave me there? I'm your sister. How could you abandon me like that?
Come on, sis. You didn't need me to look after you anymore. You may have been young, but you knew how to take care of yourself. Besides, you're here now. I mean, everything worked out fine.
That's it? That's all you have to say to me after all these years after deserting me on Terrace?
That and, you look good, sis. Like you're doing well. Financially, I mean. Say, you think you could...
Oh my gosh. Can we kill him?
You're hitting me up for credits. I don't believe this. Lena was right about you, Griff. We should have just left you to the Sand People. Don't talk to me anymore. Ever.
That didn't go well. This was always a little too fiery for her own good. She'll cool down in time. You're kidding, right? Look at me. Do I look like I've got any reward for you? You may have saved my life, but I don't have a single credit to my name. Say, you wouldn't be...
I really wish there was a way I could kill him.
I guess you've been talking to me too. That's okay. I'll figure out a way to get by without your credits. I always do. Besides, Greta, the manager over at the Zerka supply shop, said I could come work for him if I ever get tired of the mines. Yeah. I think, you know, maybe there's something else you can help me with. I need to talk to a guy first and set up a deal. Goodbye, mission.
I'm really hoping that we can find a way to screw him over if we go talk to that person. Because if we can screw him over, that's all my hopes and dreams right now, is just to kill him or screw him over. We also need to sell our gaffy sticks. Hunting Lodge. So this should be the Zerka Corporation. You.
Greetings again from the offices of Zerga Corporation. Is this about bounties or something else? I see that, but do you have... Then I'll take those off. I see... Well, that is a very big headache. I think I'll give you a bonus for this. And I wouldn't want you to leave without this additional
Thank you.
reward.
Zerka may be a corrupt organization.
Dude, Zerka can suck it. Shut up, Bastila.
Using the Force for personal gain.
I don't know much about the Jedi Code, but I know I'd rather see those credits in our hands.
See, Karth gets me. That's a lot of... hey, I will take a level up. Skills. We're still working on treat injury. Improved force jump. Night sense. We're doing a dueling build. Are we fully done on dueling? We're fully done on dueling. Let's fully finish our lightsabers, I think. We could get immunity to mind affecting. Nah, let's finish our dueling. Get our melee abilities really nice and great. Oh, cancel. I don't like auto leveling up. We're gonna give you an additional dexterity. Kind of just keep you going. Although if we give you an additional strength, you will get 2 strength points, not 1. We'll give you just dexterity. You are a gunner after all. Treat injury. You're done with those. You're done with blaster pistols. You're done with rapid fire. I'm thinking we just go into toughness. Okay.
Yes?
Yes, Bastila?
How can I help? Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malik. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Is it true? You killed Darth
It's true
Revan?
that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
That's not what I heard.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malik who turned on his own master, firing. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded. As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one remember that Revan and Malik were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
Interesting.
Ah, just the person I was hoping to see. Mission didn't come with you, I see. Well, guess she's still mad at me. Oh well, as you may know, tack glands can be refined to a very potent powder. It's the primary ingredient. Of course, now that Taris is pretty much wiped from the face of the map, Tarisian ale has become somewhat scarce, and I know this guy. He's with the Exchange.
The Exchange
If
are
I
even
give him a
worse
small
than
sample
Zarka.
of Tarisian ale, he says he can synthesize it, and problem is, I need one of those tack glands to make the first batch. And now that if you can get your hands on one of those. Sorry, like I said before, I don't have any credits on me, and Greta won't lend me any. I mean, it's like he did. But you come through on this, and I promise you'll get a huge pay.
Sure.
Yeah, I kinda.
I'm gonna force you to pay up those 3,000 credits. Okay, onwards to our next planet. For those of you who are here, I'm gonna let you guys vote on the next planet, honestly. Oh yeah, we want to check out what this Calo Nord's armor. Okay, so defense is going to be 12, immunity to critical hits, and immunity to mind affecting. Really? Ooh, that's super good, dude. Oh my gosh, that's so good. How much is it? It'll be a 12 versus my 14. And this also gives a strength +1, though. Oh, immunity and mind affecting is so helpful. Okay. We're going to bump out of this for a second. So it'll glitch here for a second. Let's save just to make sure nothing happens. Okay. That's so cool. I just discovered something cool. Okay. Start a poll. Next planet. Or what's the last planet? Ah. Okay, there you guys go. Okay, I'm gonna give it just another 10 seconds because there's not many of you, but... Okay. Okay, sweet. And it looks like 100% all 4 of you are wanting Kashyyyk. That works for me. Glitch for a second. Okay, sweet. At least we're on the same page. Fair, fair. Honestly, Kashyyyk would be my next choice as well. There's some really fun interactions if you leave Korriban for last. Just saying. Okay, we finished with Griff. I don't know if we've gotten close enough. That's right. Whole game gonna crash? No? Okay. I genuinely don't care about this cutscene. Oh, a dream. Oh. He's so pretty. I do have an interesting idea. So go GL Kylo and Rey guides. Heck yeah, I'm glad they helped, dude.
Kashyyyk is a lush but simple and undeveloped world. I would not have expected to find the alien technology on the star map here.
I do have an interesting thought that I want to try and implement. So right now, I've already done a collaboration with one Swigo content creator. I have another one lined up for the end of this month. We are looking at being able to hop over onto Nooch Too Good, Star Wars Dad's channel, and do a stream with him. So we're going to have some fun there. But I'm thinking if I can make enough connections in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community, I think it might be fun to do a game night with a lot of the content creators and see if we can do like an old Battlefront 2, like the 2005 Battlefront 2 game night with a whole bunch of the content creators. Because I think that would be so much fun. So we'll see what I can get set up, but it's definitely like this would be hilariously fun to do, but we'll see if I can ever get it started, because that's a lot of connections to make. And I definitely, would want to get, Nooch in there. I want to get, Arnold in there. I want to get as many as I can of the big names, Zareth and all that kind of stuff. And they're all really busy guys. So we'll see what we can get started, but I think it'd be a lot of fun.
The Wookiees of Kashyyyk make their home high among the Rosha branches. Only their bravest warriors dare to descend into the forbidding.
Yeah, I think Arnold would enjoy it. The problem is, Arnold has mentioned that he's down to do a collaboration with me because he keeps shouting me out on his channel. And so I was like, dude, you're gonna keep shouting me out on your channel. You want to just do a collaboration, just do like a stream or a video together? And he's like, I'm super busy right now. When things slow down, I'll take a look. But I'm having trouble getting in contact with him to kind of like, keep my foot in the door. And so the moment I get contact with him, I hope to, start building a relationship with him, because he's a really cool dude, and I've always loved his videos. So I'd very much like to do something with him. And he's already expressed that he's down for it. It's just, we gotta find a good time that works for both of us. $100 credits? I don't actually know how much I have. I think I have a couple thousand. I really must insist the docking fees be paid before I impart any further, so I must follow procedure. I love how you can just not pay anything in this.
Not be used for profit and personal gain.
Not used for profit or personal gain. Shut up. I do what I want. You wanted me to kill a guy on the last planet. What are you talking about, hypocrite? What if I don't want to follow you? What if I want to steal the supplies that are in these crates that for some reason there's always like 2 crates sitting around that you can get into? Oh, come on. There you go. Photo. What do you want? I don't got a lot of time from the loading cargo. So if you've got something to say, say it quick. What do you do for Circa? I was hoping you sold stuff. Jerk. How much money? Oh, or not.
The Wookiee was looking pretty agitated back in the ship. You think it's wise to leave him unattended? He looked like there was something he needed to do. Besides, we don't know this planet. He good or bad, he's got to have some interest in Kashyyyk.
Mission is way too whiny for me to care, honestly. Like, I want to like her, but I just don't. Zalbar is uninteresting. This is the only planet where I ever had any amount of interest in Zalbar as a character, and you don't get to use him at all on this planet. He's just a plot device. And so, I don't know. I feel like it's... Neither are very interesting. Like, honestly, the most interesting characters to me to talk to are HK, Canderous, and Bastila, probably. Most fun is definitely up there with Jolie, but, like, most interesting to talk to, those are the 3 that kind of have the most things that I'm like, oh, I want to listen to what you have to say, I want you guys on missions. Oh, welcome back, Cortisol. Welcome, welcome.
Greetings to
Hey, look, it's Matt Damon. That was his name, right?
Kindly direct your inquiries to me. Martin is merely an indebted employee.
Okay.
So, new spaces have come to Wild Kashyyyk.
Yeah, he always sounds kind of sad and depressed.
I live to serve your needs.
Just be sure to pay cash.
Like, he doesn't really feel like he's genuinely into
like
life
it's
debt
looking
at all.
at one of my heart's backside.
First off, hearts are all backside. Secondly, I don't much like the comparison. Poor fellow. He's been waiting for his friends to return with my money for a standard month now.
I'm damn awesome. Let me see what you carry. Okay, I'm guessing nothing he has is gonna be anything crazy. Another set of strength gauntlets. Woo! That'd be my third pair, dude. Yeah, this guy has basically just garbage. Yeah. Ah, jeez. Oh boy, here I go killing again. I don't know if anyone here watches Rick and Morty. I'm not a huge fan of Rick and Morty, but that is my favorite character in like all of fiction is, oh, what is his name? Oh, I forgot his name. Anyone remember that alien's name? That, it's just so happy to be a contract killer in Rick and Morty. During the fart episode. Oh, it's gonna kill me. An account that had his name. Can't remember it, though. Crimbopulous Michael. Yes, that's it. Crimbopulous Michael. I was like, there's Michael in the name, but every time I say Michael, my brain says Soteropoulos for some reason. Which is a dude that my buddy knows. It's actually Nick Soteropoulos, so I don't know why. But, whatever. Okay, we don't need you anymore. We don't need you anymore. Oh, we have some new stuff for our lightsaber. That's right. I seem to remember the Crate Dragon Pearl being really nice. I'm glad they don't make you worry about weight. That's for sure. Gosh, we got so many things just lying around. I should probably keep these because I'll probably use HK here pretty soon. We just gotta find a place where we can get some droid parts. Oh, yeah. We've been to Yavin, I think, twice. We'll go to Yavin right after Kashyyyk. Or do you think we should go now? Oh my gosh, Bastila, you're so needy. What is it this time? Am I abusing my powers again?
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Talravin, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
So Jedi separates children from their families? Gross.
Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love? I feel like these questions that I'm asking are like questions I should have had when I was being trained on Dantooine. Maybe I'm crazy, but like... I don't know. Being told now that I can't love people, and like I'm like, wait, you aren't allowed to love? What's this? It's not like I just went through like a couple months of being trained being a Jedi. Oh yes, Rando, a great day for Kotor.
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
Aha! But what you fail to understand is the true expression of love is loving someone enough that you know that the best thing you can do is let them go sometimes. And that's the thing the Jedi don't understand. Face is all gray and sithy. Yeah, she can't tell at all I'm falling to the dark side. You can't tell just by looking at me, you know? You don't sound very convinced.
To learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time. Very close. I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different.
Also, I think it's really weird that they don't have finesse weapons in this game. Did they not have finesse weapons in 3.5?
She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships.
This is more of a D&D question than a Star Wars question, but basically finesse weapons. Sorry, I'll shut up. Hold on.
To give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
You ever try to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter. Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
You don't want to talk about your love for me? Come on. So finesse weapons in D&D, basically they're weapons that you can use, and you use them with finesse, meaning dexterity. In this game, there's no lightsabers that use finesse, which means all lightsabers are strength-based, meaning that Bastila's high dexterity means that she's better with blasters, and it bugs me a lot. Especially because blasters in this game. In the second game, blasters are completely viable. The blasters in this game, like especially towards the end of the game, are completely unviable. There we go. Yeah, this is all I want. Do you have anything interesting? Anything named? Anything cool? Anything I'd sit there and be like, ooh, I want that. Nope. Okay, screw you too. Isn't that the same face of the guy from Terrace that I made retire with how bad I beat him?
Hunters usually keep numbers down, but I think they leave certain areas infested, just hoping a Zerka guard will be killed.
I'm going past you. I paid the landing fee. I didn't, but yeah. Deadeye Duncan, yes. Deadeye Duncan. Right, Deadeye Duncan? In this corner, we have Deadeye Duncan. Yeah, I think it's Deadeye Duncan is the one that I'm thinking of. Yep. Ah, yes, Kinrath. Also, shouldn't these turrets be helping me here?
This planet is incredible. It's too bad Zalbar isn't with us. The nice guy is
Yeah, Karth, great time to have a conversation, buddy. Thanks.
Yes?
I want you to what? Bastila should almost be at the point where we can use her. How many repair parts? Okay, sweet. So I can afford to do this. Activate patrol mode. Okay, have fun. I just want the experience.
This isn't good. I can't afford this.
We'll work it out. What do you want, Spacer? I'm Patrol Captain Deno, and you're into...
My name is damn awesome. What happened
This
here?
Wookiee slave got a little rebellious.
Put it down. You.
That's right. We had to do it, and it shouldn't come out of our pay.
Just shut up, you trigger idiot.
Explain why they're out of control. Do your superiors approve of you
Of course
killing
they do.
Wookiees?
Why would you ask me that?
Doing some sort. You're trying to get me to admit to incompetence, aren't you? This rookie got out of hand, and it is a bit. I think I should probably.
Captain, what's going on? Is this one of those inspector shakedowns?
Give it up, man. We don't pay this leech. We'll get a black mark on our.
But I... If you say so, sir.
What?
Dark side points upon dark side points, and I get to kill them? I'm all in, dude. Yeah, like, holy shiz, the Tusken Raiders are worth nothing, and they're so much harder than any other type of enemy. Like, what the F? Good job, droid. Keep him busy. We really need to get heal for Bastila. That'll help us so much. Oh, shiz. It's the 20th, isn't it? Yeah, it's the 20th. Are you guys excited for Bad Batch Season 3? Comes out 2 days from now, doesn't it? Is it tomorrow or is it the 22nd? I can't remember which. Let's see. Today is Tuesday. I think it's Wednesdays, yeah. So tomorrow is Bad Batch Season 3. You guys excited? Three episode premiere. I'm super excited for that. I'm really curious because they did say that they weren't going to interrupt the the canon of Dark Disciples, so I'm very curious how they're gonna do it. Rando, I gotta be honest, dude. I liked Bad Batch Season 2 better than I liked Mando Season 3. Like, it got really good. Like, there is one episode that was, like, one of my favorite episodes of any of the animated shows. By far. Yeah, like, it was... for those of you who have watched, the episode I'm referring to has to do with snow. Just so you know what I'm talking about. Absolutely one of my favorite animated episodes of any show ever. So great. I loved that episode so much. Yeah. Were you in Season 2 or Season 1? Yes, with Crosshair. The Crosshair episode is... Two Crosshair episodes in Season 2 just are absolutely banger, and I love them so much. But overall, Season 2 was just so good. Oh, right. But yeah, I loved that they... What the freak? Oh, my mouse was on the other screen. We do need him to go. Absolutely. But, like, Crosshair is just such an interesting character and a great look at, you know, a character who has beliefs and those beliefs are getting challenged. And I love that. And, like, the dichotomy of kind of what's happening with them and what's happening with him is just so well done. So yeah, I would highly suggest, I don't know how Season 3 is going to turn out, but I would highly suggest at least finishing Season 2 Rando. It was so good. How far did you get, Rando? Well, there's no downside to breaking open things in this one. It's only in the second game where you end up screwing yourself over if you break it open. Droid motion sensors, sweet. Nothing actually super helpful, but... Finally, more. I must kill them all.
I'm here.
congratulations if you found exactly what I found, which was there's some really banger episodes, and there's some episodes that you're just sitting there like, did you have to make this episode? If they would have done it just like Halo Legends, where they made it a competition, I think it would have turned out much better. But, halfway through season 1. Okay, so Rando, here's the problem. The first 2 episodes of Bad Batch season 1 are phenomenal, and then like the last 5 episodes are phenomenal, and then anything between that is pretty bad. Like, it's just not great. But then season 2, like, it has a couple episodes where you're just like, okay, I wasn't a big fan, but they're followed up with absolute bangers. So like season 2, you need to get to it. So push your way through season 1. Season 2, you'll absolutely love. But yeah, Ninth Jedi is great. So the first episode is really good. I love the first episode of Visions, the samurai one, just because art-wise and everything, it's really beautiful to watch. The Ninth Jedi is by far my absolute favorite. The other one I actually really enjoyed was The Elder. I really liked The Elder. That was probably my second favorite. And then I also liked, I can't remember the name of it, but it's about the Jedi on a planet who's like debating whether or not she actually wants to be a Jedi. I can't remember the name of that one, but also like that one. Yeah, like, don't feel bad. Like, I considered the same thing, Rando, and a lot of people did. We all hate Omega. She does get mildly better as time goes on. Do I think he'll die? I don't think he will.
Yes?
We'll see. I could be wrong. But I think we might be on our path to maybe a redemption arc for Crosshair. I'm not sure, though. I'm very interested in this next season.
When he learned you had escaped Taris alive,
oh my gosh.
to whoever destroys you.
That was like, it wasn't even like reacting to him. It's just, that was the most nostalgia-filled voice I've ever heard. I don't know why, but I know that voice by heart. Like, yeah. I wouldn't say I absolutely hate her, because she has her moments and she has her things that she does. But most of the episodes that I don't like in Season 1, and most of the episodes in general that I don't like, are usually the ones that are focused around her. Where they're like, oh no, Omega's feeling left out. And it's just like, guys, just like Clone Wars, just like Rebels, we get it. You want to make a kids show, but this is more for the adults than the kids. Like, acknowledge it. Rekka and Hunter. Dude, do it. Honestly, the last couple episodes, straight fire. Straight fire in the last couple episodes of Season 1. And then the third episode of Season 2 is where you really get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm down for this season. And this is why we have a strength build, guys. Because they literally have done nothing to me this entire time. I literally have not gone below full health. Oh no! Oh, this is so depressing. The Adventures of Jar Jar show that the mature audiences only. Oh my gosh, guys. Speaking of Jar Jar, one of my favorite things of all time is I was DMing for my Star Wars D&D campaign, and someone mentioned Jar Jar, and they wanted to make a Gungan character, and so they mentioned Jar Jar to me in making their character, and so I looked up in the new canon what Jar Jar is doing at this time after Episode 3 happened, and Jar Jar is ostracized from the public because he's blamed for the rise of the Empire because he gave emergency power to Chancellor Palpatine. And so he lives as a guy, as a street performer on the side of the street begging for food and money. And I was like, that's so mean in the new canon. I love it. Oh, it's so great. Yes, that character did die of a heart attack. You are correct. Not Jar Jar, but the Gungan character. We only had him for, I think, 1, maybe 2 sessions, and then he's like, okay, this isn't working with my schedule. I gotta, boogie out of here. And I was like, okay, no problem. And so he went to bed one night, and then they woke up the next morning, he's dead. And fun fact, he's still in their airlock. They put him in the airlock to flush him out into space. And the person flushing him out to space forgot they were in atmosphere. And so he opened up the airlock, and the wind just whipped at his corpse. And then they're like, oh, we'll take care of that when we get to space. Closed the airlock, forgot about it. And so it is like 2 weeks of in-game time later at this point, and they went back into the airlock, and there's a bloated corpse of a Gungan in there still, because they kept forgetting about it. Oh, gosh.
Yes?
We want to... Oh, we can't return to the Ebon Hawk from here. Dang. I forgot to change out our lightsaber perks. Strength because bonk. Exactly. If we could have a giant hammer, we would. There's a new Indiana Jones game? I would love an Indiana Jones game on the same level of, like, interesting for, like, what is that game called? Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. I would love, like, a Tomb Raider-esque game, like how the new Tomb Raiders are, but being, Indiana Jones. I would absolutely love that. Enough. The mad claw from your ship is already before Chundar. It's first person? Interesting. I don't know if I like that. Step forward and address mighty and wise Chundar, outsider. I don't often allow visitors of your kind. As you can see, damn awesome, I have brought Zalbar from your ship. Don't worry. Janos was very helpful. There's no damage done. Yet. What are you talking about? How do you know me? Did you think you could walk on the upper boughs of Kashyyyk? I'm assuming that's how you say that word. And not be observed? I've only ever read that word. I've never actually heard someone say that word, I don't think. I've had climbers watching you and your ship. Janos allowed it? You must be working closely with him. You work... this is Zalbar. You work alongside the slavers. You know, better than they are. He's a space yokel. Ah, brother Zalbar. You've been exiled a long time. You shouldn't speak in that tone. Things are different now. You are a madclaw without honor. And you have no choice among your own people. And I, on the other hand, am the chieftain. Oh, it's... the Wolfenstein's games. That's interesting. I still haven't played the new Wolfenstein games. Are they worth playing? My best friend told me I should play them, and I just have never gotten around to them. If you made deals with slavers, the truth will get a nice nest of lies you've constructed. You may talk, but no one will believe you. I've had a long time to guide what my people think. They trust me, the mighty Chundar. Even with my brother insane and my father enslaved, I rose to protect my people despite it all. Father was enslaved? Oh. Father was enslaved? Mighty Chundar? I am no runt. Like I said, Zalbar, a lot has changed in your years away. We will discuss this soon enough. Switching from that to a yokel accent is really hard for me. Like, it threw me off so hard right there. Is there a point to this? If this will only lead to the fight, I'd like to get to it. There will be no fight. You wouldn't survive. The village believes me. They would rise to kill you. 100% Wolfenstein's good? Oh, they're on Game Pass. I do have Game Pass. I have a Series X that I barely touch nowadays because I have my PC. I won it from Taco Bell. And so back when I was roommates with Cortisol, actually. I haven't killed Zalbar because he's my brother. I hope he and I could come to an agreement. I may be able to put you to use on a new task. Zalbar will have to stay here, of course. You're not wrong. They did that with a lot of the accents for the different species, honestly. What is the task? A simple thing. None other Wookiee has suffered the same fate as Zalbar. Gone mad and been exiled, he now lurks in the Shadowlands. More importantly, he's pestering my Zerka allies during their Shadowland expeditions. It is not good for business. The first of many, perhaps? No one will follow a Madclaw. He is merely a nuisance. Besides, he cowers in the Shadowlands. My people know nothing of him. I'll allow you access to the Shadowlands. You will track and kill this insane Wookiee. Maybe then you will earn my favor. Zalbar stays here to ensure your loyalty. The Zerka would never let me hold you, but you don't care what I do with fellow Wookiees. They don't. What made you think I wanted this to be easy for you? Besides, you won't need him. My people are trained to understand you. I tell them it's better to understand the enemy. They think it'll make the Zerka easier to fight. Actually, it makes them easier to obey. Remember, you can't beat me here. No one would dare oppose me to join with an outsider or an exile. Yeah, I got nothing for the space yokel. Yeah, but 2 roommates during that, we both won. I don't know how he pulled that off, because you're not allowed to win when you're living in the same place. But he set his address as his home address because he was there for college, and so he was still able to get his Xbox. And then he just turned around and sold it. I was pissed. You see, Chudnar, there is someone. Make it good, Zalbar. I'll see what I can do. Get out of here. We're gonna go figure this out. That makes us keen. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Wookie, Wookie, Wookie. Do any of you have a name? Are any of you people I can sell to? I feel like there is someone you can sell to, but I can't remember who it is. Ooh, a life support pack. I will take that. Oh. What does our map look like? Is that the entrance? Holder of Laws. Yes, I understand you. Mm-hmm. Keep going. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, your mom's free tonight. Oh, here we go. I'm damn awesome. I'm here with Chundar's permission. Oh. Chundar did what? Show a little respect. I'll taint you. I'm just gonna steal your guys' stuff and head out. Holder of Laws that way, so we're gonna go this way so we can get out of here, because I don't care. I just want out of the Wookiee village so we can slaughter more. Especially because it's kind of hard to understand Wookiees when our game is glitching a bit and not letting us see the first opening conversation piece. Although, who mentioned the, oh my gosh. Bastila. There you are. Who mentioned that they did Wookiees dirty in this? Who was it? I gotta look through this real quick. Who was it? Someone said it. Oh, there we go. Is that right at the bottom? Lejon Nug? However you say your name. Yeah, so yes, they did the like voice acting dirty for this, but you cannot tell me that they did Wookiees better in Jedi Fallen Order. The Wookiees in Jedi Fallen Order, especially if you look up the original Wookiees before they put in the patch for them, were so incredibly bad that it hurts my soul. Hold on, we'll pull it up just to show just how bad they look. When we finish this combat, and we'll pull it up. 4. No, not my PC. I won my Series X Xbox in the contest, Rando. Let's see if we can get a good... Yeah, like, look at these Wookiees, dude. No, my PC I got what I used my my COVID money on. The stimulus checks the US did. But yeah, like they look so incredibly bad in this game. They patched it because like this is what they used to look like. They patched it and they made it better. Let's see if we can do pre-patch, post-patch. Do we have a comparison anywhere? I don't see any comparison anywhere, but they were atrocious. It was painful to look at, dude. Hey, Bastila, she finally has a heal. Level 12. Yeah, let's up your dexterity some more. I'll give you another treat injury. Fine, give you an awareness, gosh. 2-weapon fighting. Oh no, we want to keep working on her pistols. Heal. Back in November, none of my consoles get played anymore. Yeah. No, my PC is it's a nice one. It's pretty budget. Pretty budget. I had a $1,200 budget for it when I made it. I think total my setup is about $2,000 now, with all of the things that I've added to it. You know, I've got dual monitors now. You know, I've got, you know, my camera, which I just bought a new camera, so that way we'll have a little bit better quality. You know, all my peripherals and stuff. It's probably around $2,000 at this point, but overall, the PC itself was a $1,200 PC, so I've got a Ryzen 9 3700X, I think it was, 8 thread? I don't remember. And then it might be a 5700X, I can't remember. And then, I've got just a 3060 GPU, which are about $300 nowadays. Now that all of the nightmare of, you know, GPU sales are over. And then, you know, just like a $170 motherboard. I need to upgrade the RAM. That's the big thing I'm struggling with. Yeah, like, it'll run everything I need to. It's just the RAM that I struggle with. That's the only thing that I'm really worried about with leveling up until I started to die in a boss fight. In this game? Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. I guess you could do that. 100% it's something that's suggested at the beginning of the game, so you can get as many levels in whatever Jedi class you choose. But also I was trying to play the beginning of the game without kind of giving away anything of what's happening in the rest of the game, and so I was just like, I'll just play it normally. So my RAM sticks also interfere with my AIO, so I actually have to redo my RAM sticks and get a new set that are thinner. So I plan on upgrading them as well. That's right, I was gonna go back. Why is transit disabled? I'm like 20 feet from the Ebony Hawk. Just let me fast travel, guys. Karth, you're so needy.
Have I been quiet? I suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop. Left out of the loop, you know, not being told anything, strung along. It's really starting
What
to
do you
irritate
mean?
me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it.
That is none of your concern, Karth, and you would do well to leave the matter be.
Jeez,
I respect you,
Bastila.
Bastila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will. And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace, but why would they keep you?
Oops, it's. Oh, that's great. Yeah. No, the first one was right, LeJohn. You don't need to, you know, change your spelling.
A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila? I've been watching you. You can be cruel, impulsive, a Jedi without self-control or training, and yet the Council sends you on your... I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a...
I'm sorry, you saying I'm not
No,
needed?
I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I wouldn't go. It's just...
Honestly, I'm actually wanting to play through Mass Effect with Caden up to Mass Effect 3 because I've heard some of his quotes from Mass Effect 3 and he seems like a really interesting character in Mass Effect 3. All the characters are really interesting in Mass Effect 3. Oh, just throwing that in your face. I am not Saul, bro.
It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's...
Sounds good, Rando. You have a great day, night, whatever it might be for you. Honestly, I have to get off here pretty soon as well. I've got work soon. But we're just going to get to the Shadowlands really quick, basically. And also upgrade our lightsaber. And then I'm going to have to get going myself. Okay, so this is the one we're using. So, okay, got it. Rubat does what? +1 attack, +1 damage, so it's just a +1 modifier. And then this one is Sigil. Sigil does an extra 1d6 of damage and a +1 to attack bonus. Okay, what is... So, +3 to attack? That +3 to attack is much better than just +1 to damage, +1 to attack. Increases damage by 3? Attack bonus +3, damage bonus, energy +2. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go for high damage since we have such a high attack right now. What is our attack right now? A +28. Oh gosh. Only there was like something I could put on my face to give me a stronger strength. The grabby hand. Okay. Time to get ourselves down into the Shadowlands with the Shadow Man. Which way is the Shadowlands? I'm guessing it's that way. Jar Jar or Deadeye Dungeon? Would I rather have someone that's worthless in a fight, or someone who is worthless in a fight and annoys the crap out of me? Can I choose neither? Oh, gosh. Although, I do need Jar Jar with me. I guess I'll choose Jar Jar, because I need him to be able to use that double jump to get to high spots. You know? But Jar Jar's a Sith Lord. You're right. The most annoying Sith Lord ever. That's his special force power. You know, Plagueis can manipulate midi-chlorians. Palpatine's really good with lightning. Jar Jar's just really good with force persuade and just persuading everyone that he is the most annoying creature to ever exist. Gurlon Two Fingers. That's right. That's the other guy. Gosh, you are like literally 2 inches from me. Like I am tasting your chest hair, buddy. Don't taste me, Wookiee. I go where I wish. I don't want to think about the fact this Wookiee is naked and I'm tasting his chest hair. That doesn't sound like a fun time. I mean, you kind of smell like a baka. Okay, sweet. I know exactly what I need. I need a sword. And I need to, you know, bring it to a Wookiee. You guys ready for everything to glitch out again? Just unlock the thing and lower me down. Time for a glitchy cutscene. It's like 10 seconds long. Isn't it on the second planet that we get a fight right here, or is that only the third planet? Looks like it's just the third planet. Oh, hi. Why can't I get the jumping thing to ever work? Jeez, that plus 2d6 on critical is insane. Zabrak Tystel Mark III and the Krath Double Sword. Let's see what that does for Basila. 3 to 10, plus 2 to physical. Why are you breaking things back there? Plus 2 attack modifier. I don't think it's as good as her Mandalorian melee or Mandalorian pistols. Silly name Brandon. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yes?
Because I don't think we've had, because there's a cutscene that involves him before you meet him, so I think we haven't hit that cutscene yet. Oh, you finish 2 planets and then Malak acknowledges you as a threat and then sends him. That makes sense. It's our favorite old man. Most underwhelming, is it fair?
Damnable racket of battle. Watch yourself. Even more of these
What, do I have to fight you as well now?
Jolie Bidden. Follow me to my cabin. We'll talk a bit.
Dude, so Jolie's current facial hair, it's the exact thing that my music teacher used our last year of high school. That's like what he shaved it into, and it was just the funniest thing in the world because he always had like a full, you know, full facial hair, and then he just got this like Fu Manchu looking thing with like a little soul patch, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love your facial hair.
Don't start just yet. I'm too old for it. I know a few things, but we can talk about it at night. Keep close. It's nearby under a log. Yeah, I live like some burrowing rodent. I fought the Sith. Now look at me.
Oh, not the kin. Are you referring to the tax? The noise that they make? Because it gets on my nerves so bad. I try to kill them as fast as I can. Are you talking about the actual Kinrath, the praying mantis looking things? Oh, there we go. Gosh, we do so much damage. Yeah, you're not wrong. I bet he uses like his lightsaber and he just like brings it down to this long and just. Okay. Well, we've met Jolie and his little Yoda hovel. And with that, I do gotta get to work here pretty soon. So I gotta go start prepping for that, take my dog out, you know, all that kind of stuff, make myself some food. But I thank you guys so much for watching. And we will pick this up against next week. Oh, you're fine, Wep. I'm about to head out anyway, so it works out great. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get going. It looks like we'll do this combat real quick. But thank you guys so much for joining me. We'll pick up next week and just do some more KOTOR. Besides that, we got some fun things going for members, as well as, you know, some other stuff. Like a... Whoa, jeez, why does it work sometimes and not work other times? It really bothers me. Like, can I just... Yeah, okay. So I just click on them? Is that what happens? Sure. I'll try that. But yeah. So we're planning some fun things for the week, so stay tuned. We got our member stream this week as well, for those of you that are members. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you Saturday.